Ready? I'm gonna look in the camera. Your president, your former president, was fucking a porn star while his wife was pregnant, and you still elected him. So stop. For those of you who are afraid, why am I post? Man, I'm a 44-year-old man. You think I want to post this picture of the dog shit coming out of my mouth and the dog ears on Snapchat? You think I want to do that? No, I do it, but it works because social media is fake, but the money's real.
The industry has evolved so much, especially pre-market crash versus post, and then the whole cultural and tech revolution with social media was all happening at the same time. Facebook gets established, et cetera, from, whatever, 07, 08, and that's when the economy crashed, and then it became just, I don't know, this thing that no one had ever seen before, and no one really applied that to business. It was just more of like a popularity contest in the high school thing, and people didn't like that. I hated social media. People were like, you? Fuck no. And they're like, yeah, me, I hated it. And I found a way, just thinking about it for years and years, I was like, what can I do with Facebook and Instagram, or just social media period, that no one can take away from me that can work for me?
Yeah.
And it took me like 3 years of thinking about it. I was like, I need something. And I struggled in real estate too, after just psychologically recovering, for years after I made millions of dollars and then lost everything, completely like bankrupt. And so I was like, this is the way. And so then I became, it is what it is. With my iPhone 6, I became the first realtor in the country just to take my iPhone 6, do a one-take unedited property walkthrough video.
Yeah, that's why I was bringing it up before. You're the first person to do this
in real estate
that I've seen. To do that, because here's what's happening, and we talked about this earlier before with the podcast. Status is status is status, and people in real estate don't see it that way, because normal traditional real estate is I wear a suit. I look like I have success, therefore I am a successful real estate agent, therefore I will sell you your house. My teeth are straight. You can trust me. my kids go to a good school. All this, I have a firm handshake. They think it's this traditional way of doing it, and they don't understand, well, what Jeremy's doing, he's breaking the fourth wall, he's letting in too much. This is not going to work, and they don't understand how it grows.
It was bad at first.
Yeah.
People were just...
Were there real estate agents coming after you like this?
Yeah. They were... Half the people were like, what the fuck is this? They were like legitimately like, they thought I was like a cow walking down Las Vegas Boulevard during rush hour. They didn't know what to think of it. I have comments everywhere. And
they were making fun of you, weren't they?
Yes.
Telling you it was bullshit.
Half were like in shock. They're like, in the comments in Facebook, they're like, is this the guy? They're like, yeah, it's the guy. I'm like, what does that mean? What's going on here? Is this the guy? And then the other half just trying to obliterate me.
Yeah.
And before in life, honestly, I was afraid to put myself out there, and I was a little lazy, and I kind of changed that up, and I was like, I need to do something that no one can take away from me, back to what I was talking about earlier. And if it doesn't work out, I can look in the mirror and I can fucking live with that for the first time in my life. And I was 35 years old when I started this, doing the videos, and people got very angry.
Yeah.
Very, very angry. And at best, they thought I was a gimmick to get pussy.
Yeah.
And worst, I was a fucking clown and a fraud.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll talk about a gimmick to get pussy later. I'm just kidding.
God bless you. God bless you. I cross you now.
Shannon, Shannon, so first off, had you seen some of the stuff that he was doing on social media before you met him?
No. So I met him and I was like, who is this guy with his deep voice? Like, what is happening? There's a ginger friend over here and I don't know what to think of this guy.
It's high testosterone. That's why.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah. I'm like, who is this guy? And I really thought he's just trying to get in my pants. I don't know whether or not you were trying to, Jeremy. I'm sure that you were. That's a story that I told myself.
Getting back to Michael's area of expertise, I have a dick, so
So the answer is yes.
I mean,
friends.
any man that if any man's being honest, and women need to be honest too, but if I said no, men want to. My whole point of everything that I do is to attract beautiful women, and any man that says otherwise, they're fucking lying.
So it's fair.
So listen. When Magic Johnson's running up the court, he doesn't know who's open. He doesn't know who's open. It might be James Worthy on the left. He might see Kareem on the right. You don't know who's open.
Oh,
you throw the ball. If nobody's open, you take the ball to the hole yourself. I have a ton of female friends. I don't know who's open. I don't. I'm going on a date tonight, guys, with a friend of mine, and I don't know if it's a date. It might be a date. We may fall in love. We may go on there and we may come up with a contract for a business. Because that's one of the things, because I know you don't have an issue with this. Having a lot of female friends introduce you to female friends. I don't have an issue finding someone to date. And then
No.
and then it's like with Jordan Belfort, right? Sell me this pen. Well, excuse me, sir, are you in the market for a pen? Sometimes you meet people. I meet girls like, oh my God, this is a girl of my dreams. She's like, this is my husband. Okay, we're friends now. You're friends, you know, and then I was like, do you have any female friends? And then they introduced me to their female friends. Do you guys want to help me raise money for charity? Okay, they come help me. And then they
Right.
introduced me to more female friends. And then I end up dating one of them on that because they happen to be open on the left wing. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
That's fair.
That's the way you have to look at it.
That's fair.
Did you ever see Jeremy's stuff before you met him? No?
I didn't.
Do you ever use social media with the CBD brand to
Yeah,
try
I
to
do. Yeah.
market the stuff?
Yeah,
So
and I never came across his page or anything until obviously like after I met him, and I was like, okay, like he's doing it. You know, he's doing the damn thing. So
Wait, did you see the Christmas one?
no, I didn't.
That
Oh
shit was
my
crazy, bro.
gosh.
No.
You know what?
you talking about the one with Jessica a long time ago?
There was a bunch of them.
The last Christmas, the
Okay.
2020 Christmas video.
Oh, can
It
we
was
pull
about
that one?
That one was
six girls
epic.
in
Pull it up. I
It
wanna
was
see it.
epic.
What
I
happened?
loved that one. No, it was just so silly. It was so silly. And you know, from a marketing perspective, because I use social media to market.
Yeah.
When I looked at him and I watched this video, I was like, that's brilliant because it's silly. And there's all these women and him
I'm in
and they're
tights
dressed
and
up.
a big
It
elf
was
hat.
so stupid, but it worked.
It
And
looked
that's
like,
the
it looked
point.
like the beginning of a Brazzers video.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the tights.
It was
It's
just
funny.
silly. And like I was
actually
and so when he asked me to go to dinner, I said yes because I'm like, this guy isn't scary. Look at him. Like he's in tights.
You just watched that
Right,
video.
I'm not
white
afraid
tights
of
and,
him.
and elf shoes with little bells on the end of them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was so
elf
good.
things.
No,
It was
I
great.
didn't see that. That's funny.
No, it
You'll
was
see
good.
it now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's
Yeah,
great.
it is interesting, and so we'll go back to this main thing: status is status is status, right?
Yeah.
That she saw the thing that you were doing. You're like, oh, this is great, and it doesn't hurt you selling houses,
Right.
Right? Does that make sense? You can still present, like, I still trust you. I'll tell you, this is the thing: you can grow in this area as far as social media engagement, and then grow in the other area as far as expertise. Because when it comes to expertise, you know, you've asked me before about, you know, real estate, stuff like that, me coming into real estate. And
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, you know, I don't know how difficult this is because I understand aeronautics and physics and psychology. Those are like my specialties. But when I watched this video of you showing the $7.7 million house on Chocty's, what's his name?
Oh, Choctis.
Yeah, Choctis.
Yeah.
When I watched this stuff, you guys were speaking a language like you were talking about engineering a space shuttle, bro. I couldn't understand what you were talking about, and I was sitting there like, man, there's a lot more to this. And you have this thing where you do it with your hands like this, and, you see, and then we're in a
Yes, he does.
we're in a room that's called a storefront. The fuck is a storefront, pimp? I don't know what this is. And then all of a sudden, the door.
great.
What kind of door? There's something windows. They're what are they called?
Pocket doors.
Bro,
Yeah.
what is a pocket door? I don't know what a pocket door is.
Well, you learned. He
ze-
taught you.
And
He
zero
taught you.
zero threshold, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what zero. What is this? So can you talk about that, bro? You were speaking another language, and I was so impressed. At that
thank
point,
you.
I was like, and the video got a good reaction too. At that, and the house is unbelievable.
Oh,
and your
gorgeous
and your
property.
Yeah. And who filmed that?
That was Choctis.
That was Choctis' guy.
But
Okay.
I also did. I wasn't sure. Corey Shaw filmed
Yeah.
my walkthrough video
Yeah.
of the property. Obviously, it was much shorter. It
Yeah.
was, you know, for Instagram about
Yeah.
a minute. But I think Pascal.
Yeah.
Pascal Quack.
Okay, got it.
Filmed for Choctis,
Yeah,
and he killed it.
You guys got, again, if you don't give a shit about real estate, go watch that video and just see. This is what I'm talking about before. If you're trying to build a brand on social media, listen to the expertise that he has. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't like the fucking Christmas video, which of course you will. But the point, like you can do both. You can still
Right.
be an expert. Again,
Well, that's what you taught me, respectfully. You know, years and years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I was asking you these questions, and you told me you have to create content to bring people in, and then
Yes.
before you can show your value, if you have any
Yeah.
and expertise, you have to bring people in, and no one's going to listen to you talk about this foreign language or these subtleties in real estate that no one really cares about if you can't catch their eye and have them listen to you for a few seconds.
Like, again, think about Elon Musk, right? I don't know if you ever seen that video where he gets the McLaren delivered back when he's like balding before he has all the hair transplant stuff. And
Different guy.
and then he marries was Grimes, right? And he has a baby with Grimes and names it after some robot or some shit, their baby, right? And then but he does that, and then but do you not take him seriously? Do you not think that that SpaceX you do? The proof
Right.
is in the pudding. He's
Right.
got human beings up to the ISS with his technology. Like, do you understand? You can do both. This is so hard for people who are afraid of social media. They're like, oh, I can't do both. Again, you can. I know a girl right now. She has a PhD in psychology. She has a psychology blog, and she strips at Sapphire. She does both, and one does not affect the other. And this is the thing. People are so afraid because this is not 1955. 1955, you get married, you get a mortgage, you get into a fuck ton of debt, you put your kids through school, they got to get 1 master's degree, 2 master's degree, get into more debt, you work your ass, you work hard, you follow this specific directions, you go to church every weekend, and then everything works for you. And now what's happening now? You have a girl selling real estate and then fucking her boyfriend on OnlyFans at the same time.
They're not mutually exclusive.
At the
exclusive
same
at all.
time this is happening, and it's not affecting. She's still moving $1 million properties, and the shit doesn't make any difference. And the people are having a hard time because once again,
I've trained some of them.
ready? I'm gonna look in the camera. Your president, your former president, was fucking a porn star while his wife was pregnant, and you still elected him. So stop. For those of you who are afraid, why am I post? Man, I'm a 44-year-old man. You think I want to post this picture of the dog shit coming out of my mouth and the dog ears on Snapchat? You think I want to do that? No, I do it, but it works because social media is fake, but the money's real. Rule number 4: social media is fake, but the money's real. So that's the thing that you have to understand. And I love it now. Again, you. I don't know if you've been doing it that long, Bella, but you like social media, using that for marketing is something you probably grew up with.
It's vital in
Yeah.
business. It's vital. So
Yeah.
if I don't have it, it's like, who's going to see, anything that I'm doing?
Yeah.
How am I going to promote my business? I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to succeed.
Yeah. And the thing is also, like, I guess in cannabis, though, there probably wouldn't even be a stigma, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get away with a lot more. Like in cannabis, there's a bunch of stuff that you can. It's funny because certain industries, like real estate, would be very different, right? The bikini competition we're throwing, we can't have any cannabis products because MGM won't allow it, right? Also, they won't allow any other liquor companies that aren't affiliated with them. So in some places, it's really strict. And they used to have rules about cameras. Well, they don't have those rules anymore because everybody's got iPhones.
Right.
So those things just kind of change over time. Dude, if you came into Wet and you filmed your own commercials like, hey, guys, do you want to learn how to sell real estate? And there's just a bikini competition going on behind you. And it made no sense. People would still watch it. It wouldn't make any sense. And they would
It
do
would
it.
probably get 10 times the views of any property video I've ever. It doesn't matter if it's $50 million
Yeah.
property.
Yeah.
Truth be
Yeah.
told.
Shannon, how do you, with your business consulting product, how do you use social media for that?
So I use Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and obviously the platforms are different. But it really is about, and I think this is the one thing that I've encountered with entrepreneurs is that they forget that, like, especially real estate. I just trained a real estate group we did like a 2-day intensive. And so many of them, I'm like, how many of you are using a company to post your shit? And most of them raise their hand. And I'm like, you're generic. You look like everybody else. Nobody gives a shit about your posts. And whenever I'm working with an entrepreneur, I'm like, be yourself. The whole point, and for me, is for people to know, like, trust me. So you're going to see all parts of my life. Everybody knows what I'm doing. I literally walk up to, like, I'll walk in somewhere, we go to a restaurant, somebody say, I follow you online. Oh, I saw you were doing this and that yesterday, or last week you were on vacation. And that's the whole point. You want people to get to fucking know you. That's not confusing. Just be
Yeah.
yourself. Pick your phone up, do a little selfie or a little video and post it. That's it. It's easy.